What's up, guys? It's day one at NAB, and we're talking about what everybody wants to talk about all the time, cameras. A few years ago, all the manufacturers made the leap to full frame. So we're going to talk a lot about full frame, but also all the way down to mirrorless, all the way up to cinema cameras, connectivity, the cloud, all that is happening today. Down there, let's go.
No Film School's NAB 2022 coverage is brought to you by Blackmagic Design and Creative Solutions, which consists of Small HD, Teradek, and Wooden Camera, and Atomos.
With the FX9, as I said, I call it my Swiss Army knife because it actually, you can build it up, as you mentioned nicely, that you can build it up for different type of application, or you can make it as small, as simple as possible. So it's the most versatile for different type of shoot. But when it comes to basically more compact and we have other options of different tools available. But the nice thing at the end of the day is all of this share the same DNA, same lens mounting that uses our alpha lenses. Lots of this DNA coming from our Venice camera, our flagship cinema camera, the look, this Cinetone look that we have across all of these cameras. We're shooting log. You can easily match this camera because they all share the same DNA.
There's all kinds of great cameras out here. What I've noticed is that there are different technologies that are being used, but they're the same technologies within a brand, from their smallest camera all the way up to their biggest camera. There are all kinds of choices that we have as filmmakers and storytellers to get our voices out.
It's exciting to have a camera like this that can actually be this really super high-end camera, so capable of doing so many different things. And what we've seen with the 12K camera so far is what we talked a bit before, is like how many different ways it's been deployed. Some people going and creating films with it, being used in corporate video. We've seen people travel the globe with these things, and it's really been an amazing experience just to see what people have created with this camera. We've seen some great actual just nature shots out there, and that's one of the great things is when you're going out and you're just trying to see like, hey, make these great, beautiful shots that come out. And every time I see one of these amazing like nature, like, hey, we're in the savannah, or we're out in the desert, or we're in the jungle somewhere, and just like those amazing crisp images, like I might only be viewing them in Ultra HD, but the fact that they were shot on 12K or 8K, it gives those great image quality. You just go, man, that's just something when you think about when we started on like little SD cameras and looking at little CRT monitors, and now you're looking at this. It's just, there's been such a transformation over a short amount of time, and I can't wait to see kind of where we go from here.
So there's a lot of stuff that we've got for independent filmmakers. We've got, obviously, from a product perspective, we've got our GH6, the newest camera in the lineup, 5.8K open gate recording, so 4:3 aspect ratio, 4K 120, full HD 240 frames. So from a frame rate and resolution perspective, we've got a tool that can basically cover everything that you want to do with it. But more than that, it's actually the refinement of what we've done for filmmakers and independent filmmakers with this camera, is that it's given what a lot of us are actually really starting to push with, is the independent filmmakers and the independent video production teams that need to be able to create something and then have it output in multiple different locations. Open gate recording is not as commonly known in cameras that are below higher end cinema style production. In line with that open gate, that anamorphic mode, since we were able to do an actual 4:3 aspect ratio recording, we can throw anamorphic lenses on this of all different de-squeezes, de-squeeze them in camera, so you don't need a monitor to do that, and actually be able to see how it's going to work.
We're here at the Canon booth. They're one of the biggest names in camera tech, and you know why. Lenses, cameras, everything you need. Let's go inside.
I like to refer to it as literally two cameras in one. On the photo side of the camera, you have an R5. Basically everything that the R5 does is there. What's interesting about the camera, though, is when you switch the camera into the video mode, now you've got a completely Cinema EOS based experience. So the menu changes over to the Cinema EOS camera, the operating system, the interface changes, and you have access to all the codecs that the Cinema EOS line is known for. So Cinema Raw, overall light, XF AVC, which is that really broadcast accepted codec for 10-bit 422. Goes into all your editing systems, and you got all the scopes as well that you'd be used to seeing on a cinema camera. So you don't have to shoot video with a histogram. You got a waveform monitor, vector scope, proper cinema tools.
So that was the Canon booth. We saw the R5. We saw the new flex lenses. I can't wait to shoot something new.
So you see the whole interface has been changed a lot. So the panel, this one, and you can make all the settings here. This one is dual native ISO, so 800 and 5120.
Okay, so dual ISO, dual native ISO.
And you can also check the ND filter here. Right now it's clear, and when you hold this button, you can see here, ND filter goes up. And it's full spectrum electronic ND. So it can go up to 2.1, so you don't need to carry like actually mailbox of filters, ND filters outside for outdoor shooting. So it's very convenient. And for the rest, Kenny mount is always like all
the best mount in any camera is the Kenny mount. You can adapt it to the E mount, you can adapt it to Nikon, you can adapt it to EF, PL. It's the most adaptable mount on any camera.
Yes, you can pick any. And one more feature is about, you can see actually it has a lot of power options. You can use the Sony MP battery to power it. You can see the base plate here. Okay. Right now, sorry. So when you see this light is on, you can do hot swap.
Oh,
so right now, if I take off the whole shark fin, camera is still on. See?
Really impressive.
Yep.
There's a camera company from China. They've been around about 10 years. 6K, moving into 8K. I have 3 of your camera bodies, if you wouldn't believe it. So I've shot many times on these cameras, but haven't shot on this one yet. Cameras. Everybody always wants to talk about cameras, but this year is as much about the camera as what's behind the camera, whether that's the cloud, whether that's how it connects to various services. So keep shooting, get your stuff out to your editor, out to your colorist. We got lots of different options. We'll see you back here tomorrow.